Hey, what's up guys? John here. Los Angeles, especially downtown Los Angeles, has turned into a nightmare. All thanks to Eric Garcetti and Gavin Newsom. And in this video, I'm going to give you a full tour of downtown LA and show you what it looks like now. And it's a disaster zone. And this isn't the stuff that you're going to hear on mainstream media. I mean, for example, Eric Garcetti's right-hand man just went down for a real estate bribery charge just a couple days ago. This man was extorting real estate developers, and he allegedly, and he's been at the city for 30 years. 30 years, and he's worked underneath Eric Garcetti for many years. Then Eric Garcetti makes an announcement today saying that he's gonna make a difference and build affordable housing for the homeless. Okay, well, how much is this affordable housing? It's $130,000 for a 64 square foot unit. 64 square feet. A typical bathroom is between 110, 120, 130 square feet, somewhere in there. Half the size of a bathroom, and he's charging 130 grand for it. You can go online, you can go into Wayfair and buy a pre-made shed that's twice the size for 3,200 bucks. You could buy 40 of these sheds for the price of one of what he's building. And trust me, the sheds are a hell of a lot nicer. This is very concerning given the fact that his right-hand man just went down for a real estate scheme, and now Garcetti is offering to do this. Then you look at Eric Garcetti has a $5 million mansion in Hancock Park with a guest house and a yard big enough where you could play a legitimate football game plus a pool within striking distance of downtown. And then you got Gavin Newsom, who did a massive deal with China, as well as got a $3 million house given to him, paid off. No loan, $3 million gift. Downtown LA is going to go through a world of hurt, and in this video, you're going to see exactly what I mean. Please hit that like button. It tells YouTube to share the content. The more people that see this, the better chance that we have of making a difference. All right, guys, let's begin. As of now, gang members, top gang members, are going out there and targeting the homeless. They see them as easy bait, and they're going after them. And it's very aggressive and it's very dangerous. And Eric Garcetti had a genius plan, which is to take some of the people on the street and put them in the Ritz-Carlton, the most prestigious and beautiful building in the entire city, and give them a free place to live. These multi-million-dollar units, some of the most beautiful units I've ever seen, next to top CEOs, athletes, people high in the entertainment industry that work their entire life to get to that pinnacle of their career. And then Eric Garcetti wants to put people from Skid Row next door to them. This is the current state of California. This is the environment of California. What you'll notice when you drive into downtown LA is usually luxury cars, exotic cars, Ferraris and Lamborghinis and Escalades and Porsches. It's the norm, but they're slowly starting to fade out. And now what we're seeing is the norm is moving trucks. Everybody is moving out of downtown LA. They're literally on every single corner. There's somebody leaving. And today I walked into a luxury building in the nicest part of downtown LA. I mean, the nicest part, right near the Whole Foods. And I go in and speak to a property manager. Ask for a tour. She shows me one of the units. It's a beautiful unit. Pre-pandemic, this unit rented for $3,500. Now it's $2,200. So it dropped $1,300 per month, but not just that. Now they include 2 months of free rent, which brings the rent down below $2,000 for this brand new unit, this brand new building with all the amenities that you can't use. And when you go out front of your unit, we go downstairs and you walk outside, what you'll notice is boards on every single building. Before, it would be businessmen, businesswomen, entrepreneurs, people that were hustling because downtown LA had a really cool vibe. Last couple of years, it went through a really big growth spurt with a ton of investment capital. And this drove a lot of confidence into the city. But now this confidence is running. And now it's nothing but danger at night. It's a scary place to be at night. Recently, about a month ago, a jewelry store owner was stabbed and killed in a robbery. And this isn't anything too rare. This is, I think, going to become more of the norm. And people are going to look at this and say, you know what? I'm spending $2,500 or $3,000 per month to live in this apartment, which to afford that, you really need to pull in about $9,000 a month, so over $100,000 a year to afford that apartment. And then you can't go outside, you can't enjoy the amenities. And if you go just 3 or 4 or 5 blocks away, there's tents on every single block. And I don't mean 1 or 2. I mean hundreds where you can't walk on the sidewalk. So you have to run up and down the street at night if you want to get around. It's a dangerous place. Look at the actual amount of tents. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of tents. And the homeless population skyrocketed this year specifically. And they said that they don't want to count how many people additionally homeless because they don't want to spread the you know what. You know what? This is absolutely crazy to me. You can do everything else, but they can't really accept responsibility for what they've done to this city. All these people that owned restaurants and dry cleaning and coffee shops and all this stuff in downtown LA, they've been there for many generations. I mean, generations. They have to board up and close up for good. Lease space in downtown LA, it can be between 10 and 20 bucks a foot or more. So if you lease a 1,000 square foot place at 10 bucks a foot, that's $10,000 a month in rent. $10,000 a month does not include utilities, doesn't include an assistant, doesn't include any of your goods that you're selling. So you put these people out of work and you force them to board up their businesses because if they don't, people will break in and rob the place out of desperation. You do that for a month, 2 months, 3 months, all these businesses are done. Look at Yelp, for example. Yelp says that over 160,000 businesses closed by September. So from March until September, you had 160,000. So by now, you're definitely over 200,000 businesses gone forever. Look at Gavin Newsom with no mask on, not social distancing, with quote-unquote medical industry lobbyists and others at Napa County restaurant where meals cost a minimum of $350 per head. $350 per head. That's about 1 week's worth of work for a lot of people. And this is just one of many meals in a typical day for Gavin Newsom. That being said, he's still here, he's around, he's healthy, and he did not die. And that is the narrative that we're being sold right now. And what's going to happen at the end? At the end, we're going to have a huge pool of people desperate for work and only so many people hiring. Odds are the people hiring are going to be the big tech, the big companies, the big corporations, the ones that these politicians said that they protect you from, that they wanted to protect the middle class and lower income levels. They wanted to help these people. But meanwhile, if you look at what they actually do versus what they say, all they want to do is line their own pockets with cash and protect the corporations and force you into dependence. The real estate market in downtown LA is going to get obliterated. These rents, I believe, are going to go to $1,000, $1,200, because who's going to want to live there? You're living in an area where you can't safely walk out front of your house. It's a scary situation, and it's only going downhill from there. But I think that what's going to happen is there's going to be a slew of investors that are going to run out and buy up all these mom and pop businesses and basically take people's livelihood. You know, what I can't stand is a lot of these politicians, they have alligator tears. They pretend like they care so much about the people. They get on their knees and, you know, in solidarity with BLM, and they act like they really care and they really want to help these communities. But they are absolutely destroying these communities, and all they're doing is filling their pockets with cash, bribes, and bailouts. It's disgusting. And I think the people of California need to stand up and fight against what these people are doing right now and we don't really have that much time left. But if you're going to be investing in California, LA specifically, I would be waiting right now. I'd be studying your market. But there's so much that can happen inside the next few months that I think there's a lot more risk than reward in the real estate market from a multifamily in perspective. If you're going to go out and buy apartments, I think rents are going to be on a big downtrend because the desirability to be in SoCal, especially near downtown LA, is going to fall off a cliff. I believe that we have a narrow window of time to save LA, to save America, to save everything from really being controlled by corporations. That is the real key here, is still having a middle class to where people can provide shelter for themselves, where they can provide for themselves and live life on their own terms. Me, I've always lived life on my own terms. I'm an entrepreneur. I've never worked for anyone, and well, not since I was 17. One thing that really motivated me to that is freedom. I want the freedom of choice. I want to be able to make my decisions, live my day on my terms and no one else's. But if they get their way, everyone's going to be living life on their terms. And we can't let that happen. So please hit that like button, hit the share button, share this video, and let's all stand together and get this message out to as many people as possible, and let's get back to normal. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.